Hi again. I am Fathom, the founder of Other Fiber Creations, and today we're going to be doing something a bit fun. So, in one of my previous videos that a lot of you guys who are subscribed to me have seen apparently, I worked on the Lotus Duster from Novella Fiber. I made one, I really enjoyed it, it was a lot of fun, and I mentioned in that video I was making a second one. I have finished the second one. I really love how this turned out. I finished it less than 5 minutes ago. And here's the thing. I did the same process I did the last time, where I collected, oh god, all of my yarn and my blacks and whites, oh god, there they go. But I collected all my yarn in my colorways and all that, but I have a lot of it left in this particular set of colors with the grays, the creams, the whites, the blacks. So I decided we're going to take these same colors, because it's a weight 4 set of yarn, and we are going to make another one of Novella Fiber's patterns. This time we're going to make the Novella Shawl with hood. I loved how it looked, and instead of making it one solid color using Lion Brand Ferris wheel, which is what she uses when making the design, I'm going to just go to town, freehanding, changing color. And instead of using a faux fur yarn for the frame, I'm going to use this skein of Bernat Baby Blanket Dappled. This is the colorway Charcoal. So this will be our faux fur for the lining. I think it's going to be really cute. I think it's going to be a good time. And hopefully, if I like the design enough, I'll be able to list that one on my shop too. Because by the time this goes up, this should hopefully, fingers crossed, already be listed. So, I'm gonna get started. Row, and then I'm going to be done with work for the night. I just posted a TikTok on my personal account, and I like to leave that to sit, and I kind of step away from my phone whenever I do that. To kind of give a progress update, I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on my 6th row in. I'm actually really enjoying. I'm kind of cycling gray, white, mixed black. Gray, white, mixed black on all this. The major gimmick, I'm realizing, that's not probably the best term, the major stitch pattern used in this shawl is linked double crochet, which I've worked with a couple of times. I don't normally reach for it. I like how airy a lot of stuff that I make is with the holes in it. So having something where it's like intentionally not like that is an interesting change of pace. But I am really enjoying this so far. It's really, Jesus Christ. There we go. It's really relaxing, I say, as I struggle to do a stitch. It's really relaxing. It's nice and simple. I'm gonna hate weaving in all these ends when I get there, but I think it's gonna be absolutely worth it. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a relatively quick workup, hopefully. And that is going to be a really nice piece. For now, I am going to go finish this row, which I am doing in, what's it called? Fundamental Cotton in white from Hobby Lobby's brand Yarn Bee, if I'm remembering what donation this was properly based off the texture. Love that I know way too much about yarn. Hate it and love it. I just recognize this from having worked with it before. But that is what this row is that fundamental cotton. A mercerized cotton specifically that adds some texture in here. And then I'm probably going to go get comfy in bed and play some video games. Maybe do a coloring book instead. Just to get away from a screen for a bit. Who knows? Yeah. You guys will see me working on this again tomorrow. Ta-ta! It is the end of my workday again. It is day 2 of working on this. Technically the first full day, because I only worked for like an hour last night. But I'm feeling pretty good. I managed to get to row 20 and a half on this bad boy. I decided to kind of go in a pattern, but not quite a pattern. So it's gray, white, accent, black. So for the first couple times, the accent is this multicolor yarn, and then it changes to this velvet textured yarn, which I think kind of gives it a bit of oomph. The white really pops, the black really pops, and most of my accent yarns are gray or shades of gray. So I think it kind of draws the attention to those stripes while making it feel cohesive. And then I have a bunch of like the smaller balls of yarn from this previous project. So I work with the smaller or smallest ball of yarn in each category until it runs out, and then I switch it out so that all the different yarns are changing when they appear at different times. So like the multicolor one is here twice and then changes to velvet, but the white cotton doesn't stop until here, where I have some scrubby cotton we're switching over to add some texture, some interest, which I think is turning out really well because it still makes it cohesive, and it's not like every single row is different, but it's also every single row is different. I feel like I didn't get that far today, but I think I did a good job. I'm feeling pretty good so far. The total amount of rows for this project, from what the pattern suggests, is around 44, if I remember right. I can actually check this right now. I have it in front of me. Why am I not just looking at it? 45. I was so close. I was so close to having that right. It calls for 45 rows of this basic pattern to create the triangle, and then it has 4 rows to add a ruffle on the end before you make the hood. So we still have a good ways to go, but I think that this is a fantastic step in the right direction, and I think it's going to be a really cool piece. This colorway that I've created here, I don't know what to call it. I had the same problem with the other one I made, because it feels like intense and dark and moody, and it feels like it should have a name that reflects that. But all that comes to mind is cookies and cream, and that does not feel appropriate, but that's the name I'm going with for now. If you have better suggestions, please, by all means, comment them. I might change my listing names just to reflect whatever you name this color set. For now, though, I am once again going to go take my time off in the evening. Ignore me cracking my knuckles. I didn't actually play video games yesterday. I sat and basically spaced out on my phone because I was tired, because I've been having trouble sleeping. But I slept well last night. I might actually play some Dead by Daylight tonight. I think I honestly might play a round or two and then see where the night takes me. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. It has been a bit since I last recorded for this video. Oh my god, please, I just started filming. Go in. Okay, cool. Great start. Nailing it. So, I filmed last on Thursday properly. It is Monday now. I sometimes just have days where it's like disability kicks in, and the idea of being able to get work done is a no. And Friday was one of those days. The inner demons won, so to speak. I had a crash, had some good cries, a couple panic attacks, and working and filming this honestly was the farthest thing from my mind. I don't want to be inauthentic and only show the highlights of my day, but I also don't want to exploit my own failings in order to try and get people to be like, ooh, interest. When I was younger with my disability stuff, I used to post about it a lot. And I would get accused of being attention seeking and all these things. And for me, it was I want to present a non-glamorized version of what it's like living with the disabilities I have. But nowadays, I realize that's not something I can mentally do. For me, I was trying to shed light on it, and now I'm like, I don't want to shed light on my personal ones because it gives strangers the ability to use those vulnerabilities against me. And it's not that I don't want to be vulnerable with people, it's that I don't want to be vulnerable with strangers who do not have my best interest in mind. All that being said, that's why I didn't film on Friday. And then I've been trying to do better about taking weekends off. So Saturday and Sunday I worked on some Christmas gift stuff for people in my life because while I don't celebrate the holiday, I have been invited to go and spend that holiday with people. And I try to adhere to the customs when I do go. So I spent the weekend working on stuff for that, which was nice. And now it is Monday morning, right after daylight savings. It's like 8 a.m., which is nice because it means I have a couple hours down here where it's quiet and I can film. My roommate, she comes down for breakfast at like 10 or 11 o'clock, typically. And then we end up getting distracted for a while. All in all, we're still just chugging along. This yarn I'm working with right now is a choice that I'm still standing by because I like how it looks, but it feels a little funny to work with. It's the Scrubby Cotton yarn. I think Scrubology Cotton is what Hobby Lobby calls it. This is a Yarn Bee brand, so I know it's Hobby Lobby. It was another donation I got. I do not buy from Hobby Lobby. I have just gotten way too many donations over the years. From Hobby Lobby specifically, because when I lived in a college town, people were like, I don't have enough to finish this project, and I don't want to buy from them anymore. So you take it. And I'd go, okay, sure. So yeah, we're just going to be working on this, and I will check back in with you guys either tonight or tomorrow morning, probably, because I'm hoping to finish it this week. But if not, then there'll be a video of me seeing how many plushies I can make in one whole day. You'll know whether I finish this week or not based off of what video you see. Tee-hee. I am about 45 minutes from taking the rest of the day off on Tuesday because it is like 5:15, 5:30-ish where I am. Status report, we are on row 37. From what I know, pattern-wise, we get to row 40 or 44, I think it's 40, on this base triangle shape. Let me go ahead and give you a glimpse here. I think it's turning out really cool. I'm loving this striping pattern we've stuck with. But we get to like row 40 and then we do some work to add a ruffle on, and then I make the hood. I try not to give myself time constraints because then I feel a lot of pressure, and when I feel a lot of pressure I kind of shut down. But if I want to have this up this coming Saturday, which is the hope, so I don't have to take a day and pause and film another video really fast, I would want to finish this by Thursday evening. which means tomorrow and Thursday are the days I have to work on this. Do I think I can do that? Yes, I do. Do I think I will do that? No comment. So, I plan on keeping on chugging along. I'm at least going to finish this row, if not this row and one more, before I call it quits for the day. And then I will get back to work tomorrow morning, and we'll see how much progress I make then. Fingers crossed. Ah! Okay, it is around 4 p.m. on Wednesday, and we have some development on the Novella Shawl. Development number 1 is that I am currently, as I am filming this, working on the first row of the ruffle section, meaning the base of the shawl is in fact done. I adore it. I love the stripes. I think it's cool. Okay. So we have that. Development number 2, though, is a little bit more concerning. I am almost out of the black yarn in this palette, which is a good thing because I wanted to use as much of the yarn as possible that I had pulled aside. But it's a bad thing because it means I'm going to run out of it pretty early on in making the hood, which will make the hood look way too light tone imbalanced. I do have a couple of ideas that might retroactively fix it, but I'm kind of stuck on if I want to pursue it or if I want to just cut it off and just not have the hood on this thing. Instead of having the fur trim be the trim on the hood, which is what the pattern calls for, I do the first 3 rows of this trim, or this ruffle is the term they use, and then I take the blanket yarn and crochet it onto the end of this to give this triangle portion a big fuzzy trim. I think I'm probably going to do that just because the fuzzy will kind of give it that fantasy winter element that I enjoy. And then once I get that on, I will probably sit and analyze again and decide, is this worth it or not? Counting yes. For now, I have been working since like 8 a.m. this morning. I think closer to like 8, probably, maybe even 8:30 because of getting up, morning routine, all that jazz. And I'm gonna keep working for another 40 minutes or so. I try to, if I work starting at 10, I work until 6. If I start work earlier than that, I try to take off around 5-ish to try and have like a 9 to 5 schedule to be fair to myself. So I'm gonna work a bit longer, and I'll probably have to film tomorrow, which is okay. But tomorrow's not going to be the most productive day because tomorrow is Therapy Thursday. Therapy is important. If you're able to be privileged enough to access therapy, I strongly recommend it, even if you don't think you need it, because just having someone to talk to bounce ideas off of, to hear you out, and to help you process big emotions is fantastic. I absolutely agree with the notion that everyone should get a therapist if possible. But since it's Therapy Thursday, I'm gonna be a little bit more swamped than usual. So we're gonna cross our fingers. Imagine my fingers are crossed right now because I'm not slowing down. And hope that I can finish this by tomorrow night. For now, I am going to keep on keeping on. Yeehaw. I have done it. My roommate came down as I was finishing, and her first response was, haha, looks like a rug. Which, fair. It is very dense. It is very heavy. I decided instead of going for the hood, I added the trim on the end like we talked about, which increased this ruffle size. And I did a line of it up here to kind of block some of this scratchy cotton from being near people's neck. But it's done. I'm not a big shawl wearer. I love how they look. I prefer ponchos though. But I do like this one. I like the shape of it. Let me go ahead and try and show the back. I haven't been able to look at the back on me, but I think it looks really good. I'm really proud of the colors, how they turned out. Because of this last line of trim I added, there are no ends to weave in. I had a single end, I already did it. The ends are all weaved in somehow on this, which is rare for me. The sweater I was wearing earlier, like I think I was wearing it in one of the clips I filmed maybe, ends still hanging out. I just do that for myself. But this one, like look at that, look at the little frills. This one has cotton and polyester and acrylic, and I think a little bit, no there's no wool, I had to think about that, there's no wool in this, but it turned out well. I think even with the modifications for the trim that I did on this, it is very true to the original design from Morale Fiber, which I'm gonna take a second here. Morale Fiber, I don't know if you're watching this or not. I love your designs. Your design process, like the pieces you make, love it. The fantasy look, amazing. I plan on making sure that I credit you in every listing I have of an item I made from it. But I just want to acknowledge, you make fantastic stuff. I don't know if you get told this like directly to you out loud enough, but you do. You make fantastic stuff. Just want to put that out there. But yeah, there it is. I'll try and, is this doing it for you? Who let me? But yes, I'm gonna go speed edit this video. And for now, thank you for watching. If you like this video, feel free to like it, to comment, to subscribe. How about in today's comments, you tell me, what's the last thing you ate? For me, it was an Asiago bagel with goat cheese, butter, everything bagel seasoning, and crushed red pepper. That's what I have for brunch most days. So what did you have last? Let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to support me or buy the items I've made, you can find them on my Etsy or my Square site down below in the comments. That's it. Bye for now.